If you look at the official data published by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, you'll see a comforting story. They tell us that inflation has finally cooled off, settling down to a completely manageable 2.5% to 3%. But step outside into the real world, and that number feels disconnected from reality. The average new car rolls off the lot at $50,000. Video game consoles that are 6 years old are getting $100 price hikes. To understand this gap, we have to look at how that inflation number is actually calculated. Economists use the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. This is essentially a giant weighted basket of goods and services, meant to track what an average household buys over time. This visual breakdown shows exactly how the index is supposed to balance out. For decades, the rising costs of essentials like housing and healthcare were offset by plummeting prices in non-essentials. Your medical bills went up, but flat-screen TVs, cell phones, and computer software got significantly cheaper, keeping the overall average in check. Today, that balance is broken. Those non-essentials aren't getting cheaper anymore. Software has morphed into expensive monthly subscriptions, and basic tech hardware has turned into a premium investment. We aren't looking at a government conspiracy to hide the real numbers. The statisticians are doing exactly what they've always done. The issue is that the traditional mathematical formula for measuring the economy is no longer capable of capturing what things actually cost. Let's start with how the government tracks the price of consumer electronics over time. This chart shows a statistical process known as hedonic quality adjustment. If a product's price stays the exact same, but it gets a better camera or a faster processor, statisticians mark that item down in the official index. In their eyes, you are getting more product for your dollar, so the effective price has dropped. Think about the original iPhone introduced almost 20 years ago. A modern smartphone costs about the same as early high-end models, adjusted for basic inflation, but it has hundreds of times the processing power. To the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that massive leap in capability registers as a steep discount. But you don't actually get a discount at the register if you only use your device to send text messages and read the news. You still have to hand over $1,000 to walk out of the store. You can't just buy a cheap 10-year-old phone because modern software updates render it completely unusable. Consumers are forced to pay premium prices for hardware capabilities they don't necessarily need, meaning those official statistical savings never actually reach your bank account. Then there is the largest single expense in almost every household budget: housing. Housing presents a massive problem for data collection because it serves two competing purposes. It's an essential item consumed for shelter, but also a speculative financial asset. The inflation index is only designed to measure the cost of consumption, so it actively tries to strip away the investment side of owning a home. This flowchart illustrates how they separate the two. Instead of tracking real home prices and current mortgage rates, the Bureau relies on a metric called owner's equivalent rent. They simply ask homeowners how much they think their property would rent for on the open market and use that hypothetical number for the index. But relying on surveys creates massive blind spots. Rental agreements lock in prices for long periods, meaning this survey data lags months behind the reality of the housing market. Rent also wildly varies in what utilities are included. Worst of all, this metric completely ignores the true costs of homeownership, excluding property taxes, maintenance, and the massive spikes in mortgage interest rates. The biggest purchase most people make is mathematically stripped out of the official inflation metric. It hides the true financial barrier to entry for anyone who is trying to buy their very first home in today's incredibly difficult market. Even our everyday retail purchases have lost their baseline. For most of modern history, if you walked into a store, the price on the shelf was the price everyone paid. That standardized tag has been replaced by dynamic algorithmic pricing. Retailers now build digital profiles based on your shopping habits, location, and income to actively adjust what you pay at checkout. The algorithm's entire job is to extract the highest possible dollar amount from you specifically. A busy professional rushing through a grocery store after work will often be charged a significantly higher price for the exact same basket of goods than a retiree shopping on a Tuesday morning. You can see this everywhere, even at the drive-thru. Getting a cheap meal at a fast food restaurant now requires downloading an app, trading away your personal data, and navigating daily digital reward hurdles. If prices are constantly shifting based on how rich or lazy an algorithm thinks you are at any given moment, The very idea of an average consumer paying an average price ceases to exist. The government's index is trying to measure a target that is actively moving. When you add it all up, the theoretical discounts on tech you can't actually claim, the delayed housing surveys that ignore interest rates, and the corporate algorithms personalizing your grocery bills, the official CPI loses its connection to the checkout line. We are left with a massive gap between the paper economy printed in government reports and the personal economy you actually live in. The government isn't faking the numbers. They are just using a rigid set of assumptions that fail to capture the intense financial friction that everyday people, especially early career professionals, are experiencing right now. Your specific cost of living is almost certainly rising faster than the official baseline. If you base your salary negotiations or your savings goals on a generalized 3% inflation rate, you will inevitably watch your purchasing power disappear.
If you enjoyed this documentary, like the video and subscribe for more untold stories.